Can you all hear me way back there in the back? I can scream because, you guys know I still have my Marine Corps voice, so I can scream if you want. Wow, what a journey, what a journey. I have to live with myself so that I can be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as the days go by, to always look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand with the setting sun, hating myself for the things I've done. I don't want to keep on the closet shelf a lot of secrets about myself, and to fool myself as I come and go into things I thought nobody else would know. But the kind of person I really am, shit, I don't want to dress myself up in sham. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve all men's respect. But here in this struggle for fame and health, I just want to be able to like myself. Yeah. But whatever happens, I want to be self-respecting with my conscience free. I am Dennis O'Neill Young Jr. Some of you know me as Son of Aquarius 33. Welcome to my freaking book release party. Thank you. I have so many friends here. I have family here all the way from Georgia. My brother. My aunt is here from Florida. And when I was 6 years old, I talk about it in the book. Let me grab it. When I was 6 years old, I learned Psalms 23, which was the first poem I learned to recite. And when I learned that poem, I learned how to enunciate and how to perform and how to... You guys want to know who taught me that? My grandmother. So thank you for coming all the way from the dirty South to support me and show up for me as you've always done my whole life. I love you. And this is our journey. To my friends that drove out from the desert, to my friends that drove from all over the city, to my friends that are from Georgia and Belgium and Ireland and China watching on Zoom. This is our journey. My friend Gaia's son who came out to paint for us, she's going to do some live painting for us. This lady is incredible. And afterwards, the artwork's going to be for sale. If anybody wants to capture this moment and take that artwork home with you. So I guess we're here to hear some poetry. Yes. And some wisdom. I will tell you, I have nothing to teach you. I'm not here to change your life or change your mind. I can't do any of those things. The words written in this book, these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. And I share them because on my journey, I found that it is important to capture your life, capture your thoughts, and live in truth. And so this book, it's my truth. It may not be yours, but it's my truth. And I'm so proud of this journey. I'm so proud of this book. Anthony, Sonny, wow. What a journey. I remember when I went home for Christmas last year, my family celebrates Kwanzaa. And one of the things that my grandma, every time there's a gathering, she's always, hey, recite some poetry. Get up and recite some poetry. It doesn't matter if we're at a city hall meeting or a family gathering or around a bonfire, or get up and recite this poem. And it prepared me for this. And I'm thankful. And Anthony and Sonny, thank you. When I started, when I went home for Christmas, I recited a poem, and I hadn't written a poem really in about 10 years. You know, as children, we have our passions, we have those things that we love doing. Anybody else? And then we get older and we have to make a living for ourselves, and sometimes that living doesn't always line up with what we love doing. And so we pursue making a living for ourselves and making a name for ourselves, and sometimes we separate ourselves from the things we truly love to do. And I love poetry. I love speaking. I love running my mouth for other people. I love hearing myself talk. You got it? And so when I went home, I started writing poetry again, and I wrote this first poem I'm going to recite for you all, Intention. And after I wrote that poem and recited it before my family, the floodgates just opened. And for years I talked about writing a book. My friend Kelly's here, my friend Alejandro's here from the desert, and I talked to them. We talked for years about our projects and writing books and plays and movies and all those things we want to do. And then this year I said, well, why not this year? See, because we can talk about what we want to do and how we want to do it, and I wish I could. But at a certain moment, we just have to say, okay, now. Because there'll never be a now if there's not a now. So I put a lot of things aside this year. I didn't hang out a lot this year. I like to travel a lot. I didn't travel this year because this was calling me. Yes. And I answered the call. So, welcome. I want to invite you guys to breathe with me. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. That sounds good. Can we do one more of those? And if you want to close your eyes, you can. This is not a cult, so you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Wait, what?
I said it is. It's not a cult. But if you want to close your eyes, sometimes when we close our eyes, some of our senses are a little more activated, like hearing and smelling and feeling. So if you'd like to close your eyes and go on this journey with me, I'm not going to put you to sleep like this. If you'd like to close your eyes and breathe, if you'd like to stare at me, that's great. I'd love to see your beautiful eyes too. Intention. A thought, a powerful wand, and a word is a mighty bond. To be aimed, conscious precision. To be spoken with crystal vision. Only lent to that which is wanted. Never carelessly thrown and leaving one haunted. As thought and word are one. Only then are true intentions done. The heavens need not send a sign when words and thoughts and deeds align. As within, so without. As above, so below. Each of us divine beings can live in intentional flow. For you see, one cannot have and at the same time have not. For abundance is drawn to a clear and stable thought. Giving thanks for what is now within hand, guides intention to the mark, desire to land. No need to be read or analyzed. Focused intention brings dreams actualized. The mind is such a magnetic gravitation, supporting every thought without hesitation. Never unanswered, it is always received. That which the mind chooses to perceive. Unwanted gifts have no one to blame, but a thought's direction and given name. You see, my friends, the canvas of life is blank with potential. What is focused on most becomes residential. Paint on palette and brush in hand. Thoughts and words are the strokes that build new lands. Seeking what is desired in a place of want and lack ensures that intentions go out but never come back. Observing what is and taking too much inventory of such is a guaranteed way to never have that much. Mind is matter, and matter is mind. Attuned to this truth, one can easily find no stress, no strain, no toil, nor struggle, no mountains to climb, nor balls to juggle. Clarity and grace bring ease and flow. Quiet the mind to increase the love. The mind is so potent, there's no need to mention that which is desired in setting your intention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful flowers. Man, you guys really went all out. Sunflowers, my favorite flower, roses, purple, another one of my favorite colors. Thank you. Ooh. Realize, could have been a bitch, but I starved my pride. Left relationships behind so I could go inside. I could have sought revenge, but I spared my soul, protecting my light at all costs, even if I seem cold. I could have dug up dirt, but I rose higher. I listened to my ancestors and then I got inspired. Friends told me to respond, but I didn't even bother. I should have called a lawyer, but I called on my father. They burned me and even set my reputation on fire, but still I rose high. Now watch me rise higher. Wash the drama down with some mugwort tea. Wake up rested, enlightened, elevated and free. Third eye awakened, treading down a new path. I throw some rose, honey, and goat milk in a spiritual bath. Calendula, hyssop, and frankincense for this experience to enhance. I light loud champa and a white candle, and I flow in a trance. Sipping Dahlia wine and soaking to increase my glow. Writing poetry on the floor as I sing along to Willow. I no longer lose my temper. I take a moment to sit. Now I give thanks for the lesson, and I make art of it. What is to be gained by responding in spite, but to sink one's own ship and then heighten one's plight? Never waste opportunities on being disturbed, for they pass by with life in a twinkling blur. In resistance, we are trapped. In acceptance, there's great gain. Don't resist heartbreak or run away from pain. To evolve is to develop gradually through rain, shine, or storm. To go from something simple to a more complex form. It is all designed to help us grow in new and higher directions. No need to fear old pain or even new infections. Emotions, not so real. They are modes for us to choose. How we play this game we created, we can never lose. For no one is really pulling the strings of this matrix simulation. We can stop making ourselves a slave every time we feel frustration. Every encounter we have with others is an encounter with self. Isn't it time to put pride, hatred, and bias on the shelf? We run time, not out of it. Nothing is limited. You are the authors of this experience, and it can quickly be edited. Any situation can be evolved without struggles or hard tries. My loves, life on earth can be easier when we walk with real eyes. Thank you. Okay, so you guys want to do a little exercise with me? So let me explain what the Ascension Key is about. Because you don't get to write a book and call it the Ascension Key and it just be some kind of ordinary, everyday book. That's a big statement. So the Ascension Key, what it contains in it, poetry by me. And as it says on the front cover, a collection of poems, wisdom, and sacred symbols. So there's poetry, there's artwork. As Sonny so beautifully described, there are portions in this book that are interactive. And so there's things like writing affirmations. Anybody here ever write affirmations or say affirmations? Yeah, cool. Affirmations are pretty cool, right? Anybody ever write your own affirmations for your own life?
Yes.
Love you. I love that you're here. Can you scream and be loud like you normally are? That hypes me up on this thing.
Yes.
Thank you. I love that. There's portions in here for you to draw. There's a prompt that says, what does fear look like? Draw it. Use stick figures, shapes, colors, whatever. What does happiness look like? And so I want to do a little exercise out of the book with you guys if you'll play along with me. Okay. So my good friend Arthur, he handed you all, does everybody have those little pieces of paper that say daily self-affirmations? Yes. If you don't have one, put your hand up. I wanted to make sure everyone left with a gift. Right here, Orion needs one. My friend Rhea needs one.
So it is a coal.
It is.
Okay.
I mean,
it's not a coal.
You can write on
It's not
it,
a
you
coal.
can roll it up and make a joint out of it and smoke it later, but it's my gift to you. You can do whatever you want to do with it.
Hold an ascension, I mean.
Yeah, and so there's so many things in here, and also, so when I first sat down with Sonny and Anthony at the Wellness Vessel, which is my yacht, where that's what you told me to call it. Auntie knows best. But when we sat down, my original manuscript, it had my poems and my artwork. And they said, oh, this is so great, this is phenomenal. But if we want to make a hardback book, we need something more. And I said, man, it took me 9 months to come up, but okay, I'll come up with something in 2 days. And so I went and sat down, and I thought, and I sort of sat with myself, and I'm like, man, what can I create? What can I? And thinking I needed to create something different, and then it hit me like, pull all of your journals out. I've been writing since I was 6.
Yeah.
Right. Through good times, through bad times, through breakups, through failures, through police arrests, through winning, through getting great jobs, through losing great jobs, through all of these things of life. People often ask me what my inspiration is. Life is my inspiration as an artist. You can find inspiration in so many things. And Nina Simone says it this way. As an artist, your job is to reflect the times accurately. Whether it's the times of your personal life or the world around you, your job as an artist is just to reflect the times so that when people, millennials, years down, come back and read the works of Chris Ernest Nelson, Chris Benoit.
That is young.
Yeah, me too. They can reflect on the times accurately. I just love that you're here, my friend. Yes, you. I love that. I'm so glad you're here. I just had so many, when people walked in. Thank you for helping me reflect the times. And so life is my inspiration. Every single moment of life is an inspiration to me. And so I've been journaling and writing all these years, and I'll journal, or these quotes will come to my mind, and I'll write them down, and I say, oh, well, that's for something later. And then guess what? Later came. Yeah. And I pulled them out, and as I was reading, I was like, oh, this is for the book, that's for the book. So the book also has different clips from my journal, just different things that inspired me, my thoughts. And I put those down. And these exercises are exercises that I personally did, things that helped me on my journey to pull myself together, to elevate myself, to encourage myself. And these are things that I personally did. And I just wanted to share. They may or may not work for you, but they worked for me. And I figured, hey, they may help someone.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to share. You're welcome. So this book is really me, my life, and things that I've experienced on my journey. And so with that, I want to take you on an exercise of affirmation. And one of the things about affirmations we say in the book is when you write your affirmations, when you declare affirmations, it's always, I find it really powerful to do it in a very present tense. So when I say and write my affirmations, I never say things like, I will have, I'm going to. I say things like, I am, I have, I get to. And so this handout that you guys have, you can take this with you and you can write your own affirmations when you get back home. You can put it on your mirror and you can look at those daily. You get to create this. We get to decide what the course of our life is going to be. And it may not always turn out the way we want it. The path is never going to look the way we imagine it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here. And so what I'm going to do is from the microphone, I'm going to say, I am. And I just want you all to just randomly, and we're going to do this for a bit. If you laugh over each other, it doesn't matter. Let's just get the energy going around what we want to see in our lives, because we can always create, recreate, reinvent. I'm a master of reinventing myself. I've had so many things that I thought, I want to do this, I want to do that. No clarity at all. And eventually, wow, I'm here and I'm a published author. And there's so many more things. So if you will indulge my ego a bit.
Say it again. Say it again. You what? Ego away.
If you will indulge my ego a bit. When I say I am, just shout out whatever it is that you're wanting in your life. If there's something you're working on, if there's some dream, some project, something you want to feel, something you want to become, just shout it out, okay? Here we go. I am.
Teacher.
I am. I am.
You sexy motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
I am.
Rich.
I am. I am.
Good. Cosmic perfection.
I am.
Holy.
Okay, one more so the people over in China can hear you. Real loud. I am.
I agree.
Give yourself a hand. Did that feel good?
Hell yeah.
And guess what? You can. You will. You are. So, I can never finish one project before like having another one on my mind. So I'm working on book number 2.
Yeah.
And I thought I would just give you guys a little sneak peek and a clip from that, and then we'll move back to book number 1. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So this is the actual manuscript. This is where it all actually started before I submitted it in this little journal. And this is what, when I started back this year performing and reciting poetry and doing spoken word, I would bring this book, and this book was given to me by my dear friend Alejandra, who just said, I thought of you, and this is the manuscript. Thank you. It's good to have good friends, right? And you know what? We're incredibly lucky and blessed if we even get just one good friend in our lifetime. There's many people that pass through and many people you interact with, and I'm grateful for all. And people come and go. Catherine's back there. Hi, Catherine, Sabrina. Oh, wow. I just noticed. Thank you. I just have these reactions. All my friends are here, and But you're lucky if you get to have like even just one good friend. And I have so many people that care for me and show up for me. And you know why? Because I started showing up for myself. And more people want to join the party. That's the secret. It doesn't matter who's clapping for you or celebrating or promoting your things. Promote yourself, celebrate yourself, toot your own horn. And eventually you create such a momentum around you that people are like, man, I want to be part of that. So anyway, this poem is called Guru. This is from book number 2. Know your own voice. Set your own vibe. Have fun with the people, but don't get lost in the tribe. Sometimes we must put the book back on the shelf and go within so we can develop ourselves. When we aren't familiar with our own voice, the flow of our life becomes someone else's choice. Instead of always looking to others to show us the way, we can listen within to what we have to say. Sit quiet and see what your heart will reveal. Your experience may not be the norm, but it's still very real. So you gotta buy book 2 to hear the rest of it. Just a little bit. I wrote that. Yeah. I wrote that one a week ago. There's another one that I wrote 2 nights ago. I think we're gonna hold that for book number 2.
I would hope so.
But
Wasn't going at 1.
But I do want to read from book number 1. Hello, all you beautiful people. The lights are bright, but I see your beautiful faces. This place is packed. Man, you guys look back there. Look at all these people that came out. And then there's so many people on Zoom, and wow. Can we give a hand clap to Gaia's son? So I wrote this poem for my brother. Wait, no, brother, you gotta wait. I want to read this one. Poets Underground. Can we get a hand clap for Poets Underground?
Yeah.
Poets Underground is us.
Yep.
This is Poets Underground. Welcome.
Yeah.
So I wrote this poem for Poets Underground as a celebration to the elder poets, the first timers, the in-between. Poets Underground. All the poets come to this place, and you get to know each other by name. They don't care how different your flow is. They'll cheer for you just the same. You can talk about weird sex with camels, or fetishes for toes. You can encrypt all your words to tell secrets so nobody else knows.
Yeah.
Sitting patiently waiting and staring at 2 empty blue seats. Then wooden stairs overjoyed emerging from 4 graceful feet. 25 minutes to ride the waves in another poet's story. Then hours divulging our different plights, from the glamour to the gory. We don't pretend or make it sound pretty. We just say it how it feels. We come to this place just to be authentic and sometimes leave with book deals. First timers are celebrated, affirmed, and cheered. The elder poets and their legacies are respected and revered. Tuesday nights in the acid vault.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too breezy. We don't scream or yell or make loud noise. Here, we just speak easy. So come check out the show at 7 if you happen to be around. You'll never be the same after hanging out with the Poets Underground. I'm full of myself. But okay, brother. If you're watching, I think you are. I love you. I love you. Broken pieces, shattered dreams, fractured hearts, broken pieces to mend. So glad it all fell apart. Now, I don't have to pretend. Pretend like I'm doing well, like my life isn't a mess. I was brought to my knees and finally able to confess. Confess that I'm lost and I often don't know my ass from my face. That I'm sinking and I need help as I'm drowning in this race. You see, I never used to ask for help. I like to put the me in team. Waiting to take a handout till life got too extreme. Broken mirrors on the ceiling, shattered glass on the floor, pieces of my life everywhere, too painful to just ignore. Broken pieces have sharp edges that can do even more harm. But breaking others with our brokenness is cause for alarm. Seeing our shattered image as an opportunity is not always the norm. But you can reconstruct yourself into anything when you no longer have a form. A mural, a collage, a piece of fine art, a disco ball, a fashion statement, or some other work of art. What happens to us after a crash is merely another chance to rethink, recreate, and recalculate from another glance. Fresh start, new canvas, new horizons, and new insight. Maybe brokenness releases something in us that helps our dreams to take flight. You see, only when the egg is cracked can we enjoy its nourishment. Maybe this broken place you feel is a catalyst, not a punishment. Being broken and stuck without options is a mind-made myth. Broken pieces give us more material to build our lives with. Thank you. I think I want to hold the mic again for this one. So, has anybody ever been in love?
Yeah.
I know that doesn't exist. Doesn't romance and all that. Let me tell you guys, I'm a very hopeful romantic. I'm a very hopeful romantic. However, I'm so romantic with myself. I take myself on dates. I take myself on trips. I spoil the hell out of myself. I'm good to myself. And so, you know, when someone else comes along and they want to contribute and participate in my happiness, I'm already responsible for my own happiness. And so it's just icing and the cherry and the because looking for love to make us happy or complete or whole or looking for our other half, I found that for me, it doesn't work. Yeah. Two halves don't make a whole. They're just two half pieces trying to figure it out. Expecting the other to fill in the other piece that, you know, and that's just how it goes. For me, it's always been a recipe for disaster and disappointment and expectation that gets unmet. And so, I have this poem for you. Pure love. Pure love. Love is too pure to be unsure, to be snared by the lure of the insecure. Unsure of myself when I let you decide where and how my heart should abide. Watering down my love, hoping for adoption, only to realize I was never even an option. Preconceived notions of how it needs to be will always keep you from desiring and seeing the true me. Will romance elude me this lifetime of this? I'm unsure. But I'll offer you no more love to throw on the floor. They say true love will cost you sacrifice and pain. But I don't buy into that shit. I won't struggle nor strain. No, I won't fight for love, nor hold on to it tight. I'll accept it when it comes in and when it's ready to take flight. Love is too pure to be insecure, to be diminished to an option, waiting for the unsure. Love knows no bounds or limits when I'm being myself. And love is too expansive to play second fiddle to someone else. My love heals a nation. My love heals deep wounds of generational pain and saturates dry spells with an abundance of rain. My love is eternal and limitless light, bringing peace, comfort, and fresh new sight. My love was too unsure when I was insecure. I stepped out of my own way and it became pure. Now love flows so free because I'm happily me. I align myself with joy, contentment, and glee. My love heals a nation, is a sweet libation, gives a mind full of elevation, raises my vibration, quells frustration, and causes deep contemplation. I often withdraw myself from friends and kin so I can stay connected to the source within. I won't hate you, scream, shout, or put up a fight. My love will comfort me and wrap me in light. I know that I am loved when I am deeply reflected, and I'll continue to be loved when my love is rejected. My love is so pure, it may seem odd, but the only love I have for you is the purest love of God. Okay. I think y'all know something about a little love and heartbreak and all that stuff we were talking about earlier. Love yourself. Celebrate yourself. How are we doing with time?
We're just like lost in you right now.
Who knows where the time goes?
Lost in time.
What is time? What is time? An illusion of the mind. A great figment of the imagination. We use for concentration. Time is an element. I ran out of rhymes. Okay, so I want to read a poem. You know what? I'll tell you what, we're going to do this. And there are some really risque poems in this. My mom and grandma aren't here, but they're going to read the book anyway, so I'm going to so what we're going to do... Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to flip through the pages, and in unison I want you to say, stop! Okay?
Okay.
And then I'll stop, and whatever I come to, we'll read it.
Alright.
Okay?
We got you.
Stop. And if it's like a picture or something, I'll just go to the poem right after that. Okay? Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Stop.
Stop! Okay, what's after that? Ooh. It was a picture, but so you guys want to know how synchronistic like we are and how like this energy here, we're just so connected. So this poem or this picture, I don't name a lot of my pictures, but this one is called Time is a Figment of the Imagination. So this poem is called Leaving So Soon, Part 3. I wrote Part 1, 2, and 3 about suicide. So let's speak to that a little bit. Part 3. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I love you, campus artists. Oh man. Leaving So Soon, Part 3. What if you try to connect and be yourself and feel more disconnected? You shift your mind to hopeful thinking, but keep getting redirected. To take your life or stay and tough it out, I hate nor prefer neither. There are many options besides suicide, but what those don't feel good either. Maybe there are things we can do to stop contributing to others' misery. Maybe we can stop creating culture and communities that oppose authenticity. About mental health, trauma, and pain, let's be a little more than curious. Whether someone seems well or hurting today, maybe we take connecting more serious. What if we learn to build upon our differences and similarities? Understanding we grow most in an abundance of varieties. So do you just try to fit in and assimilate? Or pretend to have hope and cheer? Or do you go somewhere else that at least isn't here? When things we love start to become meaningless, with a head full of ambivalence, some of us just can't be content with living a meaningless experience. I would say to my hurting friend, I'm here if you want to stay and break free. But if you must take your life and leave this world, you'll never be gone from me. You can choose to stay and work it out together or work it out somewhere else. No one deserves to ride in pain just to comfort everyone else. You are not wrong, and how I feel is not your fault. I accept you in your decision if you feel your journey must halt. I will grieve this unforgettable journey with you, coming to a transition. I love you, and I'm here, even through your suicide mission.
Oh yeah, Dad.
Let's do that again. Okay, so Russian roulette. No pun intended. You know, because there's some serious things in life, but I find that even with some of the most serious, painful, traumatic things, I find healing in humor. I also find healing in sitting with my emotions. I don't rush myself through how I feel. Sometimes when I'm in a mood or I'm feeling a certain way and my friends tell me to cheer up, I get a little irritated because I say, no, I don't want to miss what I'm going to learn through this emotion, through this experience. I don't want to rush through it. And so I sit with myself and I find him, hey, you here too? Hey! Good to see you. But I don't rush through my feelings and my emotions. By the way, also, before we do this, can we give it up for the bartender back there? You're doing your thing from that end, I'm doing my thing from this end, shaking things up all around. So I invite you, the way we celebrate our bartender is with Benjamins and Grants and Jacksons. So please tip your bartender. That part. Please tip your bartender. She's here every night shaking things up. You hear her back there. Shaken, not stirred. Okay. So, okay. One or two more. One or two more.
Two. One more set.
Okay. One more.
Well, we can't read the whole book, otherwise there's no need to get a buy it.
Whatever you're feeling.
They get one more, then they gotta buy it.
One more than you gotta buy it. Okay, so
Because they're published.
make this one good. God has spoken. Okay. Here we go. Too many boxes. Okay. Grandma has spoken. Too many boxes. Ooh, that's a risque one, Grandma. Grandma has spoken. Too many boxes.
Grandma has seen it all.
Yeah, you guys don't get a vote. Grandma has voted. Page 80, thank you. So good to have these numbers. See? So good.
The numbering.
That's it, though.
Oh.
Now let's see what it does. Here we go. Too many boxes. Too many boxes to check. Too many roles to fill. I just want to live happy. So life, please let me chill. You say, just be yourself, and to yourself be true, until my being is something that starts offending you. You tell me I can be anything I want to be. But every time I am myself, you start critiquing me. Sometimes when I am myself, you shame and you shun. Fear of something different keeps connection on the run. We generalize and categorize as a way to try to understand. We think one equals all, so we put borders on our land. We think a few encounters with individuals reflect the groups they resemble. So we throw them in a box and category where our hearts cannot assemble. They told me I was a waste of height because I'm black and don't play ball. That I should be a rapper or MVP because I'm black and I'm tall. I don't even like sports. But no one bothered to even ask me that. Never cared that I like traveling, writing, and stimulating chat. To be a real man, you must be all these things outlined by society. And model yourself after other men out of touch with their own masculinity. So what if I like shopping in the women's section? And playing with rusty power tools? Acting like we understand each other, but really, we're acting like fools. We're all taught to be a certain way before we even had a voice. But now, our judgments of the world are really just our choice. Oh yeah, because you're gay, you gotta be this way and make it your identity. But I'm just a man who likes good dick on men in touch with their divinity. Let me put a call. Son of a Aquarius 33 DM me. I also like scuba diving, helping seniors in entrepreneurship. You can ask me anything you want. You don't have to assume it. We wish they would have just talked to someone before harming themselves. But what if they did? And we just preferred a different expression of that self. Too many boxes to sit in, just to live and be. But I like sitting in circles filled with humanity. Thank you. So now, I'm going to turn the mic over to my lovely publishers.
Now we're your poet.
And poets.
Poet.
What if I made you guess now?
And what if I made you the poet?
So I know many of you are gonna want to buy this book and purchase it. So listen, obstacles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we worked really hard to publish this and to get it here. And how about it's like sitting at the post office right now, refusing to be unloaded off the docks. So what I did for you all is
Divine timing.
the books will be available for purchase tonight. You can come and see me. I will give you my website, theascensionkey.com. Just like the book, theascensionkey.com. If you want to go on your phone now or later at home, you can pre-order them. They'll be delivered within a few weeks. Or you can see me after. We can square away, literally with my square. Or Venmo, or Cash App, or checks. I also take yachts, Lamborghinis, trips to Paris, whatever the exchange. But something really important, thank you Grandma for this. So what we're doing special for you all is, so one day I'm going to be famous and you guys are going to see me. Yeah. And can I finish? Can you guys just let me finish? I said I am. We're not perfect. Shut up. Let me talk. All right. So, right. Turn it against me. Okay. So I love you guys. So what's going to be happening with the first 100 books? They will now be collector's items. So on the back seal is an official authentic stamp that will say 1 of 100, 52 of 100. And so the first 100 books, because you know things like this go up in value. One day it's going to be worth a couple
Million.
10, 50 million. And you will own a copy if you purchase the first 100. So tonight you'll get that opportunity to purchase one of the first 100. I will sign it for you when it comes in. I will mail it to you. Or if you're in San Diego, I will hand deliver it with a hug. All right? But so that's the situation with the books. But you know what? We did a show anyway, right? Listen, if there's no solution, there's no problem. There's always a solution. And so with that, I digress. I'm going to take my seat. I don't know if we have questions and answers. I get to sign it. Okay, I get to sign it with the placard. Okay. Thank you all so much for those that drove here, all of you drove or took public transportation or you're on Zoom.
We love
Folks
you,
back
Dennis.
home, thank you. I love you too, Nicole, but thank you for all you've invested in me and in this journey. I will see you on the other side. Okay, 3 questions. Let's step over here out of the way.
We're going to take 3 questions from the audience while Dennis is signing his headliner.
Am I signing my life?
It's happening. You said everyone would get rich.
Everyone
Either
will.
book, but we're going to get so fucking rich.
Yeah.
So fucking rich. So fucking rich, girlfriend.
Yes.
I want to sign by Chris Benoit.
Oh, all right. Your residency is by Chris Benoit. All right. We're going to take 3 questions from the audience for Dennis. Who is the first one to question? Yes, your hand jutted up.
What is it that he's signing?
Oh, what is that?
That doesn't count.
That's like really not gonna hit the mark. That's not gonna fill the void.
The almighty headlight. The headliner board, welcome.
Welcome much, please keep coming back. This is our magnificent traditional headliner board. This is our sophomore year proper here. We started the Open Poets Undergrad, so I'm Sunny, I'm the host, and Anthony Azzarito is a co-host of ours, and we started Poets Undergrad in 2019, and it was in August, and we were, of course, in person when it started, and then the world flipped upside down. We turned into an online platform like the rest of the world and started a publishing company so that we could keep everyone self-generating and making money through their art and making sure that when that they could be certain that their art had value, that their words mattered, and we do have an outreach component of that, so we also donate 1 book a year to those that are in human trafficking, so that there's more value than just their body, but their words and their experiences matter, and should be time capsules as such. So, yeah, we reopened with the rest of the world so enthusiastically. We waited to reopen when everyone would be invited, and not just those that are vaccinated, because we weren't going to do a card. We just wanted to come back to community, so we were a little late to the party. But we're fucking here, and we're real happy. And this is our sophomore year. That's our second headliner board, and I'm so happy. All right, let's give Dennis a question. What's a question for Dennis? I have one. Yes. Okay. What does ascension mean to you? Meow meow.
I don't know. Well, there is a definition in the book, but what I would say is, for me, ascension is rising to the occasion of being your best self, rising to an occasion of being your highest self. And at any moment, whatever that looks like, your highest self could be whatever you're doing right now. And that changes and it evolves. But ascension is you just continue to grow, and continue to expand, and continue to elevate and ascend. That's what ascension means to me.
How do we expand?
How do you expand? Go. This is my place.
Come on, book.
You gotta buy the book. And that was 2 questions. One more question.
I have a question.
Can we answer for you?
Yeah.
Yes, we're ready.
So what's the biggest fear that held you back from putting the book together?
Oh, Maria's bed.
I'd say it's the biggest fear that's held me back from a lot of things in my life, and I'm a recovered people pleaser, and caring too much what people think or how people will perceive what I have to say, how I have to say it. That's probably the biggest fear, and I think once you overcome that, nothing else fucking matters. No one else matters. Nothing even matters. Let's take a check on that. Just end it. Yeah, so that was my biggest fear, is what people had to think of. I don't care now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I got a question.
All right, last one.
Ah, my friend, Azzarito.
So, it's such a treasure. Couldn't this book be done in other languages?
Like the alchemist.
It can be, it will be, it is.
Oh.
Yes. And it is so.
I came, I saw, I conquered. Good night.
Yeah.